Episode 6 of the Journeyman. One defeat does not make an Eastern European summer / winter, whatever month we're in. We're doing quite well. In fact, we're really good. Hey everyone, what's up? Tony here. Hope you're well. It's episode number 6 of the Journeyman, my Football Manager 21 career save game. As you know, of course, if you've been watching the series so far, first of all, thank you so much for doing that. I genuinely appreciate the support and all the comments that we've been getting on these episodes. You will, of course, know that we are managing Arsenal Dzerzhinsk in the Belarusian First League. Also, last week, sadly, we did actually lose to a team that I think we've got a rivalry against because, I went for a job interview there, didn't get the job. We now obviously have came head-to-head against them, a team called Volna Pinsk, who beat us 3-2. But, in terms of narrative, I think it's going to work well because we can now start to really build that rivalry up. It would be a shame if we'd have won at the first attempt and just moved on. But actually, things have progressed much better now since that defeat, partly down to Vladislav Brinchuk, who has been banging the goals in left, right, and centre. 15 goals in 11 games. What a signing he's been for us, to be honest. Freeze transfer in, he came from Granite, and the man is an absolute machine. Plays, as we said in the previous episode, he sort of works the channels. He can hold the ball up. He can be a target man. He can be a poacher. The man can do everything. In terms of results, as you can see, after the Volna game, we're unbeaten still. Ojmani, we destroyed 5-0. Leader 3-0. A 0-0 against Dnieper. 5-0 again against Slonim. Sputnik came from behind to get a draw. Slavia, we beat 3-1. A 0-0 with Slutsk. Branovici, we beat 2-0. And again, Orsha, we dropped some points against Orsha. We should really have had that one wrapped up. In terms of formation, we usually play a 4-2-3-1. Last couple of matches, though, we have gone to 4-2-4 just to kind of mix stuff up a little bit. And it's probably worth knowing, the only time we've played and lost, we played with a 4-3-3-2. So that's an interesting way of looking at stuff. These are just some of the kind of goals that we've been scoring off camera. So that's Zhukovsky there with a great goal. This is Brinchuk, just turns off the defender and then a little volley. And this bit of skill is absolute filth. I mean, for Belarus, look at that, a Rabona all the way back from the touchline. Brinchuk again just heads it in. So that's where we are. We play now. This match is against Vikotrija. We've got 2 games coming up on the episode today. We're going to play Vikotrija, so it's top versus bottom. So theoretically, we should see goals. That's what I'm thinking. So this is the team sheet: Govalenko, Kaborda, Blinkin, Smirnov, Ruzhin, Shiznetsky, Zhukovsky, Saramaka, Kabayashev, Abramovich, and Brinchuk. Again, that seems to be kind of the mould of the team that we want to be putting out. It's sort of the first 11, really. It was picked up on the previous episode that we've been fielding 3 goalkeepers on the bench because of the fact we need to try and comply with under-20 rules. I have subsequently gone to the under-19s team, which is just a bunch of greyed out players, to be honest. We've put a couple of them in, a couple of contracts have gone forward. They're all crap. Like, they've got like 4s and 5s and 7s and stuff. So we will get them into the squad, and we're just going to have to hope that nobody gets injured and they don't ever have to come on and play, because they are so much worse than the players we're going to be putting out regularly. So in terms of numbers, we're going to have some more, but it's going to be... I hope we don't ever have to use them. Team talk time. So, time to get the players riled up. I don't want them to be too complacent because, of course, they are playing bottom of the league. This is potentially the sort of game where we could drop points. We want to really sort of assert ourselves in the league, again, in front of our just negligible fans, if any fans have turned up. We're still not really packing them in, are we? But yeah, we want to kind of try and start to put a bit of daylight between ourselves and Slavia, who we've actually been drawn against in the cup. So, that's close. That is very close from Zhukovsky. We've actually been drawing against Slavia in the cup, so that's the next game we're going to play after this one. So we've totally got like a complete 180, haven't we? We've got us against Vikotrija, who are bottom of the league, and then in the cup we're playing second. So that should give you perspective of what we've got in terms of the league structure here in Belarus now. Obviously, an early chance there from Zarkovsky, and I think we should really be looking to push and just sort of put them on the back foot. Kaborda getting up front there. And coming in with the shot on the edge of the area there. And Kaborda actually fullback. We've got him playing wing back on attacking in this match because, as I say, I want to kind of press forward, really sort of force the issue. Plus, they play quite narrow, so he's going to have some space to work and to run into. So that's some of my thinking. And then if we get like a 1-goal lead or a 2-goal lead, then we can start to drop him back into support. But we would be nice to just have him sort of really ramp up some of that pressure on the fullback there. Kaborda, great ball in. Brinchuk, lovely goal. And that is why we've got him on attacking, because he'll then come and follow up and be that sort of support man for Saramaka here. So look how much space he's got as well. Like 3-4 players just not even aware that he's coming up. Great ball in as well. Like really nice pace on the ball. And Brinchuk does what Brinchuk does. Stays on side. Gets his head on it. Surrounded by defenders who just look at each other and go, what was meant to happen there? So that's what we need. Look at that 1-goal lead. I mean, there's our goal difference there. Plus 17, plus 18, sorry now. Puts us back top, which is good. Then, of course, it's Slavia. And then we are 5 points clear of Oshmani. So we are getting some daylight in the top 3. So that's pretty decent, especially this early on in the season. I mean, we're only, 11 games, 12 games in, I think. So we're coming up to halfway. And, early season expectations were that we'd finish mid-table. So I guess the fact we're flying high at the minute is something we're not going to take for granted. But it's very good for morale, I think. So let's just kind of keep things going on. Hopefully we can finish this game off 1-0. The game's kind of balanced at this point. It's nicely poised. We've got an XG of 1.11 compared to Victoria's 0.56. We have had some pretty good chances, to be honest, which we should have. And there's another one just goes begging there. Brinchuk again with a header. A free kick on the edge of the box just about. Kaborda takes it. Smirnov taps it in. 2-0. Goalkeeper tried his best, but I think he's turned the ball up onto the crossbar, to be honest. Kaborda, nice ball. Yeah, he's just pushed it up. He can't quite get a big enough hand to put it over the bar. Actually pushes it onto the bar, comes down, and Smirnov's got, he's a yard off? He's a yard from the goal line. Empty goal. If you can't tap that one in, then, you don't deserve to be on a football pitch. So, easy goal in that sense. Another attempt there at goal, which the keeper's had to hold on to. He's not fancying this, is he? I mean, look at they're just lumping balls forward now, and the distance between their striker and their midfielder is, that's another one. That's another one for Brinchuk. He could have had a hat-trick, just all identical goals there. The crosses coming in and the headers that he's managing to get in. He's inches away, isn't he? So he's Rogac through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He's put it wide. Oh, that's a let off. That is a let off and a half, isn't it? Oh, if he'd have scored that, that's game on. Wow. Okay, they are not going to get a more clear-cut chance than that. I'm not. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go on record now and say I don't think that we are going to give away another chance that clear-cut for the rest of the season. That was literally, that was on a plate. Great ball, by the way, for them to get that slide rule pass in there, and then just to come charging down at the goalkeeper. But you've got to finish those. Even if he makes the goalkeeper work for it, he's got to at least make the goalkeeper make a save. But ultimately, you've got to be putting that in the bottom of the net, in the bottom corner, and he was probably wheeling away in celebration the second he hit it. thought, all right, it's left his foot, go and get yourself celebrating. And then he's seen that it's just gone wide. So, yeah, we've had a huge let-off there, a huge let-off. And because of the fact that we are playing Slavia in the Cup, I'm going to rest a couple of players. I think we'll bring Kiko on, we'll bring Kaziev on, and we will bring Kovalevich on as well. So we'll just sort of try and freshen things up a little bit. We don't want to get players too rusty. Obviously, as I say, against Slavia, theoretically it should be a very different game. So this has been kind of one-sided, really. I mean, you look there, 22 shots, 12 on target. They've had 5. Our XG is now up to 2.48. We've had 63% possession. Like, yeah, we've pretty much been the dominant force in this match. It's not been a difficult one for us, and we've attacked from the start. So maybe, the players might be a little bit tired because we've got quite a sort of intense pressing going on. Obviously, we're trying to play at quite a high tempo, so maybe that will tire the players for the Slavia game. So hopefully not, but I can see a possible. Oh, here's Rogac again, and Kovalenko with a save. Oh, Rogac has had 2 chances that, to be honest, like, they could have got a draw out of this. It wouldn't have been deserved, but they could have got a draw. The final whistle's gone, though, and it is 2-0 to the other Arsenal. Vikotrija, you could argue, though, that their XG at 1.21, that's not really a fair reflection, because those 2 chances they've had there from Rogac, like, they were good chances, and on another day they go in, that's a 2-2 draw, and we go home with 1 point rather than 3. So maybe we should have killed the game off a little bit more at 2-0, but never mind, we've got the points. That's the most important thing. The bit of praise there for the team, and we can go and really just sort of try and sort of think about the next game, obviously, with the Cup. So we are going to play Slavia, as I said. So it's top versus second. I think it's just one of those matches that should, on paper, be a really great game. Like, a really great game. But unfortunately, matches aren't played on paper. They're played on grass. And I'm going to level with viewers. This match was turgid. Absolutely turgid. We had no highlights. Pretty much no highlights in the 90 minutes. It went to extra time. This is the second half of extra time. This is how few highlights we have. This is what I'm showing you, okay? Like, it wasn't worth showing the match. I think my first highlight of the game was about 32 minutes. So I was like, well, that's like a really sort of dry first half at the very least. So, as I say, here we are, second half of extra time. Senko picking the ball up, turns, runs, lovely ball out to Kaiko. What's Kaiko going to do with it? Pings it in. He's going to put it straight into Brinchuk's path, who volleys home his 17th goal of the season. And that, my friends, is what puts us into the next round of the Cup and knocks Slavia out and sends shockwaves throughout Belarusian football. Well, at least sort of at our level anyway. The Belarusian highest league probably don't care. It's borderline. Granted, it's borderline, but he is onside. And yeah, a game that should we have won? Yeah, probably. Like, XG wise, we were again better. 1.61. Theirs was 0.87. Yeah, like, we played better. We should have won the game. We did win the game. But yeah, it was dull. It was so dull. So because of that, you've got a bonus game. We're going to show you the Lokomtiv Gomel fixture. Gomel now sat in mid-table, not having the best of times. We have a game in hand, which of course is this game. So Slavia went back in front because of course they played before we did. The biggest news, however, is that Brinchuk is injured. He's out for a few weeks with an injury. So Matiash is going to be in and starting up front. Otherwise, it's Abramovich, Kabayeshev, Saramaka, Rojkov has come back in, Zukovsky, Ruzin, Kaziev's in, Belink, and I've just gone off there, Zukovsky, Kaboda at right back, and of course, Golovenko. So a couple of changes, nothing major. Again, you see that core group of players that are always kind of in and around the squad. So when these new players sort of pop in, they obviously do have to try and lay a bit of stake to claim in the start line. Roshkov has already picked up an injury. That's not great. He's just come in. Of course, he was one of the guys with potential on the chopping block in the summer. 39 years old. He's been spared being released because of the fact that he's a coach as well. So we might take him off because he's injured himself. And I guess that's what we kind of have to do. Have I taken him off? I must have done. Surely I have, yeah. Here's Abramovich. Abramovich now to... He's still on the pitch. Roshkov's still on the pitch. What have I done? Who have I brought off? Is this sort of is this playing up again? Oh, actually, that's wow. So, alright, so Senko's come on. Who have I taken him off for? Oh, I've taken him off Saramaka. Oh, let's ignore the issues that have led to this, right? That is a hell of a strike from Roshkov, by the way, who has clearly shaken off his shoulder injury. But yeah, I've obviously pressed the wrong button. I've not lined it up properly. I've taken Saramaka off after a few minutes, put Senko on, who isn't really an attacking midfielder, certainly not a winger. Yeah, I mean, he can just about play there, but oh dear. Never mind. It's we've taken the lead. That's all right. And Roshkov has proved that he's totally fine because he's scored an absolute worldie of a goal. Here's Matiash now going forward, and he's just struck it wide. Again, he's really got a point to prove now because obviously Brinchuk's been banging the goals in, so it's impossible to drop him. So Matiash, if he can take his chance and get a couple of goals while Brinchuk's out, then puts his name back in our thinking, doesn't it? And it potentially makes us look at, do we have to change systems when Brinchuk comes back? So do we have to accommodate Matiash? We'll see. Half time, Roshkov is definitely shaking his shoulder injury off. Senko's not having a bad match, to be honest, at right wing. Not really where he normally plays, but he's not having a terrible game. We're having a fine game as a club. Can't really grumble, It's just ticking on, doing our thing. 0.05 for Gomel. Oh, that's pretty poor. That is pretty poor. One chance clearly from distance, I think, to be that low down. Here's Roshkov, picks the ball up. Kabayeshev charging forward, hits it, and it's just gone wide. But again, being allowed to just run into that space and sort of pressurise the Gomel defence. Here's Abramovich now. And again, the irony, by the way, that there's a player called Abramovich absolutely tearing it up for Arsenal. The irony of that is not lost on me at all. Now, where are we going to go here? They're coming forward nicely, just sort of Abramovich getting his boot in and just helping turn over the possession. Now Zukovsky, Matiash. Now again, he doesn't quite play the same way that Brinchuk does, but he's managed to get on the end of it and he's made it 2-0. That's what you need to do. Kabayesh, lovely ball. And again, as I say, Matiash, not really a target man, can't really lead the lines, not quite as big and strong as Brinchuk, but plays really well. And then, as I say, that lovely ball there from Kabayesh to slip him in. And Matiash has still got quite a bit to do. He's still got to be composed and put it past the goalkeeper, but that's exactly what he does. Very, very happy with that. So 2-0, and again, we're fully in the driving seat. We're playing very well, and again, I'm probably confident that we're going to see this one out. Even with sort of 35 minutes to go, whatever, 40 minutes to go. I'm still pretty confident that we can see this one out. Let's try and see if we can make any changes. I don't think we need to make changes, to be honest. Might as well just keep it as it is. Maybe get another goal, because obviously goal difference could come into play at the end. Senko! Senko with an absolute rocket from 25 yards. Notice how he's now a lot more inside than being out wide. He doesn't like being out wide. So we may have to try and move him back inside and see if he's a bit more effective in there. But to be honest, he's out. He's occupying a space. He's dragging a defender out of position. So he's certainly doing his job, and that's what I'm finding from this team so far, is that it is about players just slotting in and just doing the best they can, to be honest, and it seems to be working. Like, everyone seems to be really happy, and they're content with how they're playing. So players are just coming into oh, he's gone down, penalty. Senko, Senko's managed to, he's sold him the dummy, he's gone down, and he's going to have the chance to score the penalty as well. He tucks it away beautifully, and he thoroughly deserves that. You know what, give yourself a goal, mate. You've played out of position all game, you've come on by accident. Saramaka's had a day off, just about. He played 4 minutes, I think, then got brought off. So, yeah, I think you should be happy with that to get yourself your first goal of the season. Very nice indeed. Earned it well. Now here's Maciash, charging forward. Look at all those blue shirts, desperate to get back. Senko, he's on a bit of a run now. Shots blocked, unfortunately. Now out come Gomel, but look at those banks of red shirts there, just lined up nicely. You can see we're a bit more balanced, but oh, hang on. Is there it's disallowed? Disallowed. How far? Miles off. Miles off is the answer there. Yeah, miles offside. Whew. Dodged. We got lucky there, I think. Maybe try and go a little bit more balanced, I think, than attacking. As you can see, we're just trying to pretty much see the game out now. 3-0. We don't want to do anything silly. We can start to just sit back a little bit more. I think the defensive line have dropped back a tiny bit. Nice ball in. Fine, that's a decent enough goal. Igor Bobko. What a goal. Oh, sorry, Igor Bobko. Nice ball, and I'm not sure who the defender is, who's not really watching, but we'll have to have a bit of a conversation with him when we find out who that is. But that's a shame. We maybe need to pay a bit more attention there. So again, as I say, lower defensive line. Maybe look to just hold shape. We're going to regroup as we lose possession. So you don't want to do anything daft at this point. Like, I'd imagine with 5 minutes to go, we should be able to see the game out, but it will be the proverbial law that we'll make a couple of mistakes and all of a sudden it's 3-2 and then it's squeaky bum time, and we don't want that. So obviously they've changed, slightly more attacking. They're trying to push forward to get another goal. We're going a bit more defensive. Now here we go, Bobko there playing the ball inside Petrov. Lovely ball out wide. What can you do here? It's I can't believe he's missed that. I can't believe he's missed it. You know what I said in the last episode, that we're not going to concede a better chance than the one that we conceded against Victoria. That is going to end up on an own goals and gaffs DVD. Like, he's missed an open goal. How's he done that? That's yeah, you very rarely see them, but he's got to be upset with himself, surely. Like, he's going to be that's going to haunt him in his dreams. Here's Abramovich just running into the corner, mate. The game's over now. There goes the final whistle. As we said, 3-1. Should have probably been 3-2, because that was an absolute gilt-edged chance that they missed there, where the open goal. All I had to do was, all I'm getting shades of Carnu, and yeah, like, it doesn't matter though. It's been and gone. Go back and have a watch it if you fancy a laugh, to see the guy miss the goal. But yeah, the story tells the story. To be honest, we were rampant. We did exactly what we needed to do. It's another 3 points in the bag. It keeps us first. It keeps us pushing on for what is now starting to look like a title push. Like, I know the plan, as we said before, this season was just to come in and finish mid-table, but you can't help but feel a bit disappointed if we don't make the playoffs now. So I guess we just have to kind of keep everybody's heads. Don't get carried away, but think on that maybe if we can keep this going, like we're nearly halfway through the season, this is not beyond the realms of possibility. We could still be in the mix come the end of the season. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting. I hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, thank you for watching. Sorry there was no cup game because it was dull. But hey, you got an extra bonus game and you got the miss of the season. So I guess swings and roundabouts, to be honest. As I say, if you've enjoyed it, pop a little like on there for me. That would be much appreciated. If you could subscribe to the channel as well and pop your notifications on, then you'll know when the next episodes come out. That would be great. Any comments, any feedback, do stick them below in the comments, and of course follow the Football Manager Therapy podcast. All the links are in the description below. So as I said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you very soon for the next video of The Journeyman.